courses through my veins. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Storywork Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Gosen.
I'm your co-host, Andrew Hall.
There's been a phenomenon. Phenomenon
There you go.
around lately.
Oh, yeah?
It's Cyberpunk.
It's Cyberpunk time.
It's actually more of a last year thing, but it got revived this year. It
It's
got
true.
revived
It's
by
true.
the anime Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Yes.
Premiered on Netflix. Studio Trigger.
Dude.
Fucking awesome anime studio.
Oh, my God. They made it look so good.
It is a beautiful show. It's what gave me the extra push to actually get Cyberpunk 2077,
Yeah, and try it out.
which I know that was the case for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're gonna talk about just Cyberpunk today. We're gonna talk about Edge Runners, the game, a little bit of its beginning history,
Hell yeah.
which is just kind of crazy how it started out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It was originally just like a tabletop RPG.
That kind of
Dungeons and
blew me away when you
Dragons.
told me that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've always just played Dungeons and Dragons. I mean,
Yeah, like
we
I know
played-
I knew that like Pathfinder existed.
yeah,
And I knew that there was like a Star Wars role-playing game.
right.
But outside of those, really, I didn't really like.
We fucked heavy with
Well, like
D&D.
I didn't
We
think
fucked
to look
heavy.
outside those, pre-existing things that I knew. But yeah, no, there's a whole ass cyberpunk table. Like it started out as a tabletop RPG. That's like a near future dystopian like RPG, and that's cool as fuck.
Yeah, it's so different because when I just think D&D, fantasy knights, swords, fucking
You don't think
I don't think, yeah.
modifying your body and putting metal on it and then
Yeah.
pulling out a shotgun and shooting a dude in the head.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy. I mean, it's made me want to look into these the
Yeah.
RPGs.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Because there's one that was like even not super old.
no, so
right?
yeah, so it started with Cyberpunk 2020.
Okay.
That was like
That's so fucking weird.
the original tabletop RPG.
Did that come out in like the 80s or something?
That came out in like the 90s.
Okay, gotcha.
Created by Mike Pondsmith. He's like the dude who created the whole like universe.
Okay, he's the guy.
He's the guy.
He's the guy?
He's the guy. He's
I'm the
literally
guy.
just the guy. But yeah, he made that in like the 90s, and it's just this like, it was the first time you got to see this like how do I put it, take on like a really dystopian future where like
Yeah.
mega capitalism has occurred. Like
M-
we've hit like endpoint capitalism.
Absolutely. Like omega capitalism.
Like
dude.
corporations own everything. Like the city that you're in is owned by like a corporation.
Yep. Arasaka.
And like the cops are even kind of like their own like mini corp,
Basically. And then there's
and
just ranks of like
trauma
security.
team
Yeah.
and all that. If you don't have the health insurance, we'll just pull up and look at your body and then leave.
It's so fucked up, dude.
It's dumb.
Very prevalent in both the anime and the show too.
Yeah.
Shit's nuts.
But yeah, and then just like a very oppressive, kind of feel to the whole city, because
Mm-hmm.
you've got these mega skyscrapers where you've got at the top of them are the corporate people who are like wealthy and
Living in there, fucking
eating good food and
Yeah.
all that, and then at the bottom on the slums you've got homeless people, you've got people modding themselves out.
people out here dying
Yeah.
every day, dude.
Yeah, man.
Every
For
day.
scraps.
It's like it's a danger just to go to work in the morning.
There's like 9 gangs in the city, and they can all kill you at any one point in time.
You're so like likely to get caught in some kind of crossfire.
Yeah.
That's why these trauma teams are so intense.
Yeah.
If you got the right insurance.
Yep, you got to be paying that money. Oh, I can help you for money.
For money. They stay very true to the universe that they created with the RPG as well,
Yeah.
as far as I know.
Yeah, I think they like I think Mike Pondsmith helped do has helped in every aspect of
Very involved.
creation. Like he's in he helped with design for 77, and I think he also helped with like the anime as well.
Okay, gotcha.
And he also made like the other 2023, I think, or 2022 or 2023 was like the second Cyberpunk RPG, and that was kind of just like an expansion on the first one.
That's when Johnny's introduced. Yeah.
Yeah, you get Johnny Silverhand. He might have been introduced in 2020. I'm not 100% sure.
2023 is just when the thing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does the thing.
But it's cool because you create your character in like the tabletop RPG, at least. You create your character. You have your 8 different like profiles you can be, or like your classes.
Yeah, right.
You can be like a rocker boy, where you
always
motivate people, by being just like a very charismatic, like anti-corp icon.
Yeah.
You can be a corpo.
Who the fuck wants to be a corpo, dude?
I don't know. I mean, people who want to eat.
Nobody. Fuck that, dude.
You could be like a nomad, so you're just like a traveling out in the dunes outside the city.
Yeah.
Smuggling and trading and shit. You could be a cop in
the
the OG game. Like in the tabletop RPG, you could straight up just be a cop.
See, that's pretty interesting. So there's a million gray lines with the cops.
Yeah.
So that could be an interesting path.
There's just you could be a net runner, you could be a engineer, you know what I mean? All kinds of different classes.
Pretty good amount of diversity
that
there.
like have, their own unique traits to them. Like a rocker boy might not be able to do the in-depth, like deep net hacking that a net runner can do.
Right.
Or something like that.
But they're gonna have like a shit ton of charisma.
But yeah, but if you need like a distraction, they can create like a crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's cool.
So yeah, that happened, and then 2023 came out, and then I think that was it for a while until like 2012 or something like that. 2010, 2012. And then that's when he started working on like a new version of like a tabletop RPG.
Okay.
And that was when Cyberpunk 2077 got announced.
In like 2010.
Yeah, like 2012 or something like that, I think.
I know it was a long
like
process
2012,
for this game.
2013 maybe, I don't know.
It's pretty crazy that they started development that early and still, they had to wait until
Well, I mean, and then they had
the PS5.
It's just because they had so many things that they wanted to do in this game.
Right.
It had planned multiplayer.
I did not know that. That would be fucking sick.
Yeah, you were supposed to be able to play with other people in Night City.
Man,
could you imagine? I was gonna say, could you imagine running like a Night City edge running crew?
That'd be so fucking cool. So much opportunity there.
That was supposed to be a thing. Like they had a parkour thing like that they were working on to where you could
that shit.
Yeah, to where like you could run across like the sides of buildings and shit.
I mean, that's pretty dope.
And but they couldn't end up making it work in like the system really, I guess.
Okay.
Like the way that they were like building the maps.
Right.
They would have to like completely change the way to like incorporate free running into it.
Okay. Your character's movements look good in first person, but they don't look great in third person.
Yeah.
I've seen some video of like a completely third person view of somebody like doing something. They just
it's not that.
It's like Fallout 3, man. When you're running around in third person, super stiff. I'm like, I'm just gonna kick it back into first.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful game though.
Don't get me wrong.
I fucking love it.
I love just walking around.
Just one note on the third person aspect of the game, I guess, because you were talking about the like wall running and shit. So I can see where that didn't translate in whatever software or whatever engine.
You would have to, because like you're talking about like, in third person it would look so stiff. in multiplayer you would be seeing other characters who would be
and it just would not
yeah.
look great. Yeah. God, but wouldn't it be so good? Dreams that we can have.
I mean, because they're in the credits. Like
Yeah.
for 2077, you can see like people who worked on multiplayer for the game.
Wow. Okay.
It just didn't get put in.
That's crazy, man.
But yeah, so I think the game got announced in like 2012, 2013, something like that.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, Mike Pondsmith announced he was making a new tabletop RPG for Cyberpunk that took place like 40 years later.
So even more into the future. Okay.
So like yeah, so he announced Cyberpunk Red,
right,
is what it's called.
Okay.
It takes place in like 2060, I think.
Okay.
Or like between 2040 and 2060. There, because plot points for Cyberpunk include a nuke that was set off inside the city at one point in time in the year 2023.
Big boom.
And so in the aftermath of that, parts of like there was a section of the city, I guess, that like the whole city was just reeling from a nuke being detonated inside of it.
Right.
But
everybody's pretty blown away by it.
Yeah, got him. But there was like fallout and stuff like that was, and smoke,
radiation,
and yeah, and it ended up causing like a red haze to like fall, like it kicked up so much dust or whatever, that there was just a red haze throughout like Night City for like 20 something years.
That's fucking insane. That's actually really fucking cool.
And that's why it's called Cyberpunk Red, because they called it the time of the red.
Wow.
And it takes place like 15 years before, anywhere from like 20 to 15 years before Cyber 2077.
Jesus, man, that I can't imagine walking around Night City just like a blaring red over everything. That's fucking spooky,
dude,
man.
You're breathing all that shit in, man. You'd have to walk around, like everybody would have to walk around with masks.
Something, yeah. That's insane, dude. And so that is that out? Red?
Yeah,
that's what
that came out in like, here, I'll do a live Google search.
If we were to play one, I wonder what would be the best.
Jake talked about wanting to run one.
To run a red session.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll make a side cast out of it. A little side podcast.
I'd be down.
Start doing some campaigns, boys.
Please help me find this release date. Please, Google.
Google, you have one job. It's to help us find information.
It came out, July 30th, 2019.
Oh, so it's pretty recent. Okay. I would probably fuck with that, being a more refined version of the game. And
I found a PDF of it the other day.
Okay, cool.
Like a couple weeks ago, I was looking at it.
Hell yeah, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super down. Because I was reading it, and it literally had, like, an excerpt that was, like, a novelization of the nuke going off in...
That's really cool.
2023.
That's really sick.
I was like, okay, this is dope.
And is it similar to things that you see in 2077?
Yeah.
Nice.
And you also get, like, Alt Cunningham stuff. Who was like Johnny Silverhand's like girlfriend at the time.
Yes.
You get like backstory stuff about her that's like novelized, and it's very cool. And you get to see stuff like that in 2077 as well.
It's crazy. Yeah, they
just very cool.
This dude's got his universe, wrapped up good. He's got a good handle on it for sure.
We love to see it.
Yeah, we should check that out soon. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm definitely down. We just need to have people.
Right. Where's our DM?
Please, somebody needs to run it. So
running sessions are so stressful. I just want
to play my character, man. That's all.
Right. I
want to make a cool merc.
I've only tried running a couple times, and it's just hard. Dude.
Yeah.
I enjoy being a character and just playing through the story. No, I love building worlds and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the thing. I really like character building.
Right.
Like whenever a friend of ours is like, "Oh, hey, I'm thinking of running a session. Do you want to make a character?"
Ideas just start
rushing through my head, and then we'll talk for like an hour. and just like
Yeah.
world build and like flesh it out, and I'll be like, oh well, what's the lore in the world about this area of the world? Okay,
Right.
you don't have a whole lot. Oh, you're giving me a little bit of free reign here. Okay, well,
That's
I'll
the
be from
best.
there, and I have like a clan of people there where, and blah blah blah, and just go in depth in it.
Yeah.
And just create this like very vibrant backstory for a character that I probably won't even end up playing.
That's the hardest part. We've made so many cool characters that we have not been able to
sit on
play.
the shelf. Yeah.
Oh, poor boys. You've had some very iconic D&D characters.
I love making a good D&D character, man.
So much fun. You literally made a skeleton.
My very first D&D character was a skeleton bard.
It's fucking amazing, dude.
Bojangles.
I'm sad I wasn't in that campaign to witness it, but I have heard the many tales.
Our friend was like, "Hey, I'm running like a D&D campaign. Like I just started it. Do you want to be a character in it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to," but I didn't say that.
Right.
I said, "I'll play your game if
God, dude.
I can be a skeleton bard."
I hold the power here.
Yeah, I turned it into like a power struggle situation. And then he immediately hit me with like the Uno reverse card by sending me a link to a skeleton race, like a playable character skeleton race.
Fucking amazing, dude.
And was just like, "Here you go."
Fucking amazing. He said, "Not a problem."
No problem at all. And then I just made like a traveling bard skeleton.
You were like a sole survivor of a TPK.
No, well, I mean,
or did Bojangles die?
Yeah,
at the end of this campaign?
Bojangles, no, yeah, so he survived. I forgot that's the TPK you were talking about.
That's the TPK.
Yeah,
We've had
he fucking just appeared as he was like just a traveling happy skeleton, and then he found this party, and fucking died fighting a dragon.
While like this is while he was a skeleton already.
Yeah. And then they brought him back. Like the rest of my party brought me back to life. They woke me up. But there were like consequences.
Right.
And oh my god, that's actually kind of crazy now that like holy shit.
You're waking up.
No, like it's not even that I am waking up. But like the parallels that I am now drawing between like Bojangles' character and V.
Oh no.
The playable character from 2077.
Yeah.
Because, spoilers for 2077. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it a lot.
But like V dies and then is brought back to life.
Yeah.
And he has another person in his head.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
When my skeleton bard died and was brought back to life, then the wizard who like did the ritual transferred his soul into my body as well.
Yeah.
So when I woke up, I could hear him talk to me.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. That's fucking nuts.
And he would give me commentary on the actions that I was taking throughout the game or throughout like our campaign, similarly to how Johnny Silverhand talks to V.
That is fucking dope. Dude.
Literally, the connections just started appearing as I was talking about it.
Your neurons linked and you fucking had a brain blast.
Yeah, dude.
That's fucking sick, man.
And then, our party found this lost mythical mine, and
you don't go into a mythical mine.
Well, we wanted to go into there. That's what we were looking for. But
that was your objective.
Yeah, but we got in there, and then one of our party members saw this like moss in one of the cave rooms that had like a smell to it.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, "I'm gonna burn this so we don't have to like touch it and get hurt by it or anything." And we were like, "No, don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
Don't start a fire in a cave.
Please don't."
And he ended up lighting a rag and throwing it in, and it
Didn't your like I'm pretty sure I remember you telling me the story. Did your DM say, "Are you sure?"
Tommy literally looked at Dan and said, "Are you sure you want to do that?"
Dan was fucking memeing, dude.
"Are you sure you want to do that?" And he said,
"You sure about that?"
You sure about that?
You
That's
sure about
why?
that? That's why?
Yeah, he threw this rag in and it catches the fucking moss on fire and the fumes it's releasing.
Yeah, that's like the first thing you think when there's fumes. There's an odor.
And
don't do it.
And it just boom.
Boom goes the
big
dynamite.
explosion causes a huge like cave in. Some members of the party got crushed by rocks.
Ouch.
Instantly.
Just dead.
Specifically like Dan's character. As soon as like he threw it,
agility
it
check
exploded and then a rock fell on. I don't even think
he didn't even give him
I don't
a
even
check.
think Tommy gave him a check. I think he was just like a rock falls on you and kills you.
That's funny, dude.
And then
when you give your player the option to not do something dumb, you gotta punish him, bro.
Oh my god, it was so bad. Another character like ran away in fear into water and then like drowned, like froze to death in the water. Like they passed out. And then
this is like an intro to one of the dark
like the dark pictures,
the dark pictures games where everybody just dies in the first 5 minutes.
Like the intro tutorial.
Yeah. Something chaotic just goes down.
Yeah, so by the end of it, it was just my skeleton and then another person who survived who they were literally introduced like a session prior.
That's so fucking irritating.
Because it was Max's character because his previous character had died.
So it's like it just hurts like your old character.
You had to create like a new character and then he comes in and it like we're in the middle of a mine. I don't really know how you like introduce a new character like that. I think he just said like, "Hey, it's raining outside and I needed to get away from the rain, so I found this cave."
What are you guys doing?
Anyway, I'm now part of your party.
And yeah, he just witnesses
and
everybody
then
die.
Witnesses everybody fucking die. And then
like,
the only person who lives is a skeleton and him.
Insane, dude. Did you guys walk off together?
Yeah, we walked off into the morning light together. That was how the campaign ended.
Hollow. That's very hollow.
Everybody died and we were like, fuck this, we're leaving because it started to like rain really badly. And then by the time we like finally got out of the cave, the rain had stopped and it was beginning to become morning.
Yeah.
And we got to like see the sun as we exited the cave. And then the DM was like, and that's that.
And that's that. Thank you, Dan. That's it's a legendary story.
Yeah, no, I love that's like my first D&D experience.
Yeah, it was a very good campaign. Good shit, man. Yeah, we'll see if we can hop into in a different kind of RPG setting, go into the future.
Yeah, that'd be
go
dope.
into Night City.
Get all chromed up.
It's red as fuck.
Maybe I'll become a cyber psycho.
Don't do that. Don't do that, actually.
It's high time I chromed the fuck up.
Perfect segue. We are going to be talking about Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
It's anime time.
What a fucking crazy project. Like, I kind of couldn't believe it when they announced that they were making an anime based on this
it came out of nowhere, I feel like. But God, was I here for it.
Dude, just ever since we saw it announced, that first trailer that hit was just like, this is so insane.
How, like I loved, like, the art style behind it.
Yeah. So, do you know anything about the animator and the director?
No.
Fuck, I forgot to look up how to pronounce his name.
Here we go.
Hiroyuki Imashi, co-founder of Studio Trigger.
Okay, I mean, I know of Studio Trigger.
Mm-hmm. He's the co-founder, and I guess he had early success with he did animation on Neon Genesis.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucking
Production
dope.
IG or whatever.
Yeah. He worked on Fully Cooley.
Yep, that's Production IG.
Which is fucking nuts. So he must have worked with them before he helped open up Studio Trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Kill la Kill.
Yeah.
Is his probably biggest one. That and Neon Genesis. But I think Kill la Kill was more his thing.
Mm-hmm.
He also worked on the original Full Metal Alchemist run.
Full Metal Alchemist. It's so good.
So that's really cool. I mean, that's just like that's a great person to have kind of heading this, and Studio Trigger's just a great studio to have behind this.
Yeah, no, they did. I mean,
They
they
do a lot of
also
futures
did.
type kind of stuff.
Yeah. They also did an episode of Star Wars Visions.
That episode looked so good too.
Yeah, dude.
That was the twins.
Yes.
That was a very
Even
good
though
episode.
like the concept of that episode was like not like it's like something that you have never seen before in Star Wars.
Right. Yeah.
I was still like super here for it.
I enjoyed it.
The fights were super dope.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's how I took the Vision series anyways.
For sure.
This is just people, taking their own creative artistic direction.
I was here for it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Most definitely. I'm going to pop off a quick little synopsis here to overview the show here.
Go off, King.
So David, a street kid, tries to survive in a technology and body modification obsessed city of the future. With everything to lose, he chooses to stay alive by becoming an edge runner, a mercenary outlaw also known as a cyberpunk.
He's punkin'.
How old is David when this shit pops off, man?
At the start of the show, he's like 16.
He's like 16. Wow.
I think he's like 16 or 17.
So I guess we'll start off with non-spoiler thoughts, just for anybody looking for a recommendation. If you haven't played the Cyberpunk game, I didn't play it before I watched this.
I was gonna say, you don't need to play the game to watch the show.
You can hop right into this show, and it sets everything up.
That said, there's cool little nods to the show, or to the game, you know what I mean? Like, the map system looks very similar. Like, when they show, like, a character looking at, like, the map of Night City, it looks like the map in the game. The phone calls have the same, like, call, like, the ring sound and, like, the icons.
It's like the screen is popping up in front of their face, but that's what you're seeing,
like,
when you play the game.
They show some of, like, the hackers doing, like, the quick hack mini game from the video game, but they're doing it, like, in real time and, like, very quickly.
Right.
Stuff like that, and then like you'll see locations in the show, and you'll be like, "Oh man, I've driven up this street before."
Yeah, and like I've literally been in here.
Yeah,
before.
I've killed people in this location.
Yeah.
So like that is really cool, but you don't need that to watch the show.
Yeah, for sure. It was interesting because I started the show, and then I got the game after like watching like 2 episodes of the show,
like,
and I started experiencing things back to back, like watching an episode, playing for an hour the night of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just fucking cool seeing how hard they nailed the design of the city in the game.
That's
it looks
the thing.
just
It's like really crazy how like closely they resemble each other.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So yeah, I mean this thing it looks fucking incredible. The colors are they pop so hard.
Yeah, dude.
So hard. And it's so hyper violent. It's so fucking. When I say colors pops, blood pops.
Yeah, I just think of the scene from the trailer where they show a man get shot like point blank range with a shotgun, and he just is deleted onto like a barrel.
Yeah, dude.
It's just blood.
Just deleted. Yeah, it's insane. The game's pretty much like that too. The city is dark. It's gonna get dark.
It's dark. We're getting nitty. We're getting gritty.
And it's just like everything in those neon lights, and it's just great. I love the animation. They worked so well with
the grime of the city.
Yeah,
contrasting with like the clean neon lights.
Exactly. All the characters were just so good.
Yes.
Like, it's only a 10-episode run, but
it doesn't overstay its welcome.
Not at all. No, it's like, and I mean, so much happens.
I was gonna say pacing is like.
I mean, wait, are there 30-minute episodes, 23 minutes or whatever?
Yeah.
So much happens in this fucking show, man. There's basically a first half and a second.
I was gonna say, like, the first 5 episodes or so are like their own thing, and then like the last 5, like the last like 2 happen, and then like the last 3 just like
that's just one
pop off.
Yeah. And I mean, shit pops off in about every episode.
Oh yeah,
honestly,
you get traumatic events at least once per episode.
For real, dude.
Like Davis spin kicking me.
Davis,
like he's an MMA fighter
coming for a roundhouse. Oh my god, dude.
But yeah, like David, absolutely loved him as a character.
Such a great character. You feel so bad for pretty much everybody that lives in Night City. Like, Even I mean, you're criminals, you're street kid, right? You're doing,
Yeah.
but like, that's just how you
You
have to
have
get
to live,
by if you're not
yeah.
going to be a fucking
That's just
corpo, dude.
it's just the way of life here in Night City. You can't just work and make money. You won't make enough.
Right. This dude, basically,
Yeah,
dude.
honestly,
Basically.
waiting for everybody to start offering their services as mercenaries.
For real, bro.
We get one more slow-mo.
Davis said, "I'm about to."
Dude, in this fucking show, there's like health insurance that exists to where like there's trauma teams on this in this city because so many people just fucking die from gang crossfire. And if you have a certain insurance plan, they'll pick you up within a minute. If you fucking don't, you're just sitting there, dude. They'll come over and they'll check you and be like, "Oh, she's only got a fucking bronze subscription." Bye.
She's not a platinum user. Leave her on the ground. Like leave her for the regular ambulance.
Oh, you only have a bronze subscription. Okay, you can't see the body.
Yeah, you're
She's
not
gonna
allowed
get cremated,
to, yeah.
and you can get her out of this vending
We're
machine.
putting her in a
here.
can. You can get her out here in a little bit.
Dude, it's like so hollow. Like it's everything in this universe is
pain.
hollow
Yeah.
and pain. Yeah, dude, it hurts. You've got lovable characters that just don't get good things.
They don't.
They don't. It's just
bad.
It's bad, man.
It hurts.
Night City's not a great place.
No, I wouldn't want to live there.
I don't know how much. Oh, the soundtrack, like absolutely
Yes.
fucking slays.
I love that they just like the Edge Runner soundtrack is like just songs from 2077. the game.
Yeah, dude. You get, there's a wide variety of shit going on. You get the really silly kind of intro
Mhm.
song that's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like,
It's like it's rap, but like
yeah, but it also gets into like almost like
Like
a
a
Ramones type
yeah,
punk little kind of
riffy,
chorus
yeah.
almost. But it's kind of more lighthearted and like, oh, my life sucks. Haha,
yeah.
everything
My bank
fucking
account
sucks.
is 0,
0, 0. Oh no.
And
And then you get songs like I want to.
I really want to stay. At
I
your
really
house.
want to stay at your house. Like
I couldn't wait for you to come and clear the covers.
like the most emo boy bedroom pop shit I could ever
Dude,
hear in my life,
yeah.
and I'll cry right now. If
Oh,
it
for
plays.
sure, tears will
I'll
stream
fucking
down
cry.
my face.
Just the title, dude. I wish I could.
Yeah, I really want to stay at your house.
It's like so. Oh god, it hurts. Anyways, fantastic soundtrack. Franz Ferdinand's intro
yeah, dude, this fire.
goes so fucking hard, man.
I love it too because like Night City is always described as like a city burning,
Right. Yeah. So that's perfect. Yeah.
and then like the
It's such a
song is just
chaotic
like
song,
this
too.
fire is out of control.
Yeah.
We're gonna burn.
So fucking good. Yeah, I couldn't really recommend it enough.
Yeah, no. Really, really, really enjoyed Edge Runners.
You'll probably, if you're a gamer, if you're a real gamer,
If
if
you're
there's a
a-
gamer in this chat,
If you're a GAMER gamer,
if you watch this anime, it will probably like push you into wanting to play the game. Like,
yeah,
and it pushed me, and I love the game now.
I really do think that like the anime really helped turn like the perception of the game around as well.
100%. I thought it was dog shit just because of how much everybody
Yeah,
trashed it so hard.
because look, the game had like an absolutely scuffed launch.
Shit launch, yeah, real bad.
Came out and people were like, "This shit sucks" on PS4.
Yeah, it was like unplayable. like,
Yeah.
straight up.
I have a friend who has it on PS4, and he
Plays
says
it now?
Yeah, and he
Runs
says
fine?
it works fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Right.
yeah, but I mean, and that's the thing is like I didn't play the game at launch. I didn't buy it.
Right.
Because I bought the game when I bought my PS5. Because I got a PS5 and I was like, oh, this game's on. I was like, Cyberpunk's on sale for like $25.
Right.
I was like, bet I'll try this out. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I got it, and it had been updated and everything, and I'm not gonna say I didn't have bugs in my playthrough because I did.
Right.
It wasn't. It was not a perfect experience. But like I was enraptured by
There's bugs in God of War.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
I was enraptured by Night City and just how like the sense of scale to it. Like you're just like walking around looking up at like these massive towering buildings over you, and just knowing that like in this huge ass city you're literally just one guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they make that like a point in like both the game and the show that like no matter what you are, like you will well, it's like you will never have like a lasting effect on the city.
Right.
Like no matter what you do, the city keeps going.
Right.
And they really like nail that in your head.
Mm-hmm. I mean, except there's like when you talk about the afterlife, right? There's like there's a club that's like you get a name for yourself if you're a street punk.
That is how you are immortalized in Night City.
But then again, it's
not how. I mean, they literally they use the line in the trailer for Edge Runners, like it's in Night City. It's not how you live that makes you a legend. It's how you die.
Yeah.
And the only way to get a drink at the afterlife is to have died in like a spectacular way.
Right. So like, you get that. Yeah. And like these lowly guys, kind of like some of them are all into it. You know what I mean? They're like,
yeah, oh, I'm gonna have a drink at the afterlife. Here it is.
Shit.
Yeah. Oh, the Jackie Wells.
The fucking Jackie Wells, man.
But yeah, man.
I'd say, fucking watch this shit. But we're gonna talk a little bit more in depth here now, so it's spoiler time.
This is the official like main Edge Runners spoiler warning.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Please watch this show.
Absolutely, I'm excited to watch it again and take
even
it all
it's
in
gonna hurt.
Once I heal. Yeah, I'm not healed yet. We finished this this week.
Yeah, like
or last. I don't know, man.
No, we watched it Tuesday.
I've been trying not to think about it. Okay, yeah, Tuesday. All right, gotcha.
Yeah, because we watched it and then immediately followed up with Chainsaw Man, so we were just like hurt.
Right.
Hurt.
Yeah, double pain. Oh, fuck. That was a rough night, man. That was a rough night.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, this show is... They're like, we're going to dish out a bunch of unique, dope-ass characters.
They all have their own cool, quirky traits.
Right off rip, you've got David. He's our main character. It's just him and his mom.
Yep. He goes to, Arasaka Academy.
He is in
his mom
Corpo
is
school, man.
His mom's busting ass to get him through Corpo school.
Yeah,
she's
works in the trauma team, right?
I don't think she's trauma team. I think she's like a regular ambulance worker.
Gotcha.
But she might be trauma team, but I think she's like a regular ambulance worker.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she works like super long shifts at that to pay for him to go to Arasaka Academy so that he can have a better life.
She's like, working in a corporation, you're safe. Like
exactly,
that's the one way that you can be safe.
You know that you have a place to sleep, food to eat.
Right, exactly.
It just you might not have a soul.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, honestly.
But yeah, so David is just like a kid going to school.
Yeah.
And
doesn't really want to, not very interested in it.
Yeah, he's a street kid, he's from the slums and he's going to this like prestigious academy.
Yeah.
And everybody there lets him know like, yo, you don't belong here, you piece of shit.
Suck. Dude, the fucking right, like super quick you get this pompous asshole puts in
the martial arts chip.
A martial arts chip, yeah, and just like fucking whoops his ass, man.
Dude, beats the shit out of him.
Sucks. Because the little bitch just puts a chip in. And
then because David fucking, instead of upgrading his like software that he needed using like the proper like school approved upgrade, he went and got it done by like a Ripper Doc.
Right.
Who like in the world of Cyberpunk, Ripper Docs are like the people who operate on you and replace your limbs with like mechanical counterparts.
Chrome up.
Time to chrome up. But yeah, so like David is just like he's just a kid
Yeah.
that
It's
is in a place where he doesn't really feel like he belongs.
Yeah, and it feels crazy just
but he also
thinking about
feels
that.
like he has to do it
Yeah,
because his
right.
mom wants him to.
Yeah, and his mom's all that he has.
Yeah.
So, and then they're gonna introduce you with the main character who has something, and then they're gonna take that away from the main character.
Yeah, and then they're just driving in their car one day, and blap blap blap. Oh, there's just a gang who's like trying to attack a car that you're next to.
Yeah. Yep.
And so they pull up alongside you and just shoot through your fucking car.
You're in the way. Blah 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 blah.
Collateral damage. And yeah, they crash and she's like thrown from the vehicle and David's like stuck in the car.
Yeah, dude.
And trauma team rolls up and they're like, "Oh, she doesn't have a subscription.
Yep.
Leave her for the civvies."
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks. And then David is like conscious for all of it.
Yeah, no, he just watches them like ignore her dying on the ground.
And, he gets out eventually and gets her to a doctor, like a regular doctor.
Yeah.
But, they don't have money.
No.
So the doctor says that, he can do what he can. But then a day passes and she dies. And he's like, the doctor tells him, with the package you had, there was nothing I could do.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
If you had, more money, I could have, maybe done something.
But
anyway,
poor,
your mom's dead now, and you can collect her ashes in a can at the end of the hall.
That part fucked me up real bad, man.
Here are her possessions. Have fun going back home. And then you get home, and then you realize that you're fucking locked out of your apartment because your rent is past due.
Oh my God, yeah, dude.
Because your landlord can just lock your door.
Yeah.
So you have to break in.
Landlords are even worse
in
Cyberpunk.
Dude. So you have to break in through your fucking bathroom vent.
Yeah, dude. Jesus Christ. It's really hard, man. And then he's just trying to find a way to make money to pay the rent.
Yep,
Obviously he's not going to school anymore.
He finds out that his inside his mom's jacket, her ambulance coat that she would wear, is like a piece of military hardware tech.
Yeah, baby.
And he takes it to his ripper doc and is like, "How much can I sell this for?" And the doc tries to rip his mouth out and at first, and then tells him
"Oh,
by the way, no one wants to buy that anyways. It's way too hot
because it's too hard to handle."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it would fry anybody who tried to chip it.
Right.
And then David is like,
"Put it on me, bitch.
It's high time I chromed the fuck up."
Dude, he starts out with some of the in as far as Edge Runners is concerned, one of the more most OP kind of pieces of tech you can get.
The Sandevistan is insane.
Dude, it's so cool. I love how they make it look in this anime.
Yeah, dude. Davis, this shit. So imagine you have this thing attached to your spine, essentially, that boosts your reflexes, your perceptions, essentially, to where you get super speed. Yeah, but in the game, not Spidey sense, but if you see something happen, you can get over there extremely quickly. But in your mind, everything slows down and you get to walk around to the thing. But everybody else perceives it. Yeah, basically. But everybody else perceives it as you essentially teleporting.
Instant transmission.
GTA 5 kind of, except not in a car.
And not in a car, right.
So Michael.
Oh my God, dude. But it's so cool how they make him look, because it's
the way they
separates.
visualize it, it's
a line of him is like forming, and each version of him's a different color.
Yeah.
As he's moving from point A to point B.
And then when when he's done moving, they all like converge on him.
Yeah, dude.
Very sick. And they show him getting operated on for the surgery, man.
That scene's intense.
They have like a bite bar for him to like chew on while they like literally cut his back open to put this piece of tech inside him. God. Mind you, I need to just reiterate, this kid is 16 years old.
Yeah, dude.
Putting in like basically like putting on like super military hardware. I'm trying to think of a way to like
something to compare
use like
to.
Use like a real world analogy, like dude's putting like SAM missiles, surface to air missiles, like inside his body.
Inside his body.
And he's like 16 years old.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah,
that's like episode 1.
Yeah, he chips that in. He goes and gets his vengeance on the
kicks that kid's
kid
fucking
from
ass, dude.
Arasaka Academy.
He shows up back at school.
He
just
shows
to
up,
kick his ass.
His back is still all bloody
because
he literally he chips it in and then goes straight there.
Fucking badass.
And it's like, you afraid of the cameras catching you, fucker?
Yeah, dude. Oh, I love it.
And then punches him into a wall. Like, just punches him once and the dude flies.
Yeah, dude. And then after that, he gets into the gang shit.
I was gonna say, he's just going
quick.
about his day, and he notices a lady who's like stealing everybody's like money cards, basically, like their credit chits.
Mm-hmm.
And she tries to steal his, but he like notices it,
and
just activates the Sandy, and just goes and grabs her hand.
He says, "Nope."
Fateful encounters.
Yeah, right. For real, man.
And he meets Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy. Hi. And he decides, hey, I need money. I need work. And she's like, oh, well,
do what you're doing.
He's like, I'm quick. You and I can, we could make a really good team.
Yeah.
Just running this chip stealing, scheme.
Right.
And so they just move from like car to car on the train, stealing everybody's money.
Gotta get that cash, man.
And by the end of it, they're hanging out at her house. She's showing him like this brain dance, which like
brain dances are crazy.
In the world of Cyberpunk 2077, you can like have these basically like a visor that you put on, and it's called a brain dance, where it goes into your neurons or whatever, and makes it to where you feel all the sensations that are being played through like the video that you're seeing.
So they sell this shit on the black market of people like going and holding up a bank and
the
show
begins with David. He sells like these black market brain dances, and the one that he's watching is of a cyber psycho who is like somebody who's way too chromed up with metal and everything to where like they've gone insane. And it's this dude who's just in the middle of the city just killing cops. And then they bring in like the heavy duty cops, and he kills like one of them, and then they come up and they shoot him in the head and kill him. And it's from that dude's perspective that like the brain dance is made.
So it's like he just got capped.
David is like feeling it the entire it shows him come out of like the brain dance, and his like hands are like pointed like he's like firing the guns that he was that the dude was shooting.
It's
he like
crazy.
feels dying.
Shit's nuts.
Insane. But Lucy takes him on this brain dance to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just on the moon hanging out.
They kind of share this sentimental moment together.
She's like, I've never shown this to anybody. My dream is to like go to the moon. I've always wanted to go there and be like free. And David's like, oh, that's a good dream. He's like, this dude's like crushing hard.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
She's like, she's hot, and she's like not instantly turning him down.
Yeah, right.
And so he's like,
what's up?
And then he's like ripped out of the brain dance, and there's like gang members around him holding him at gunpoint.
I was fucked up about that, man. I thought
she's like sitting there smoking a cigarette, and then like there's like 5 dudes with guns pointed at him, and they're like, hey kid, you got something that ain't yours.
Big motherfucker too.
Yeah, man. We're introduced to Maine and the gang.
Yep. I was pleasantly surprised to hear that his mom was also like
and
doing
then you
side criminal
and then
shit.
you just learned that his mom fucking was smuggling shit for them.
She smuggled the
Sandy was for him.
Maine is chromed up. He's the boss of this little gang
huge.
here.
He's
fucking huge, dude.
He's got these like cannons that come out of his hands.
Yeah.
There's like Pilar, who he's got like really long fingers.
I fucking hate him too. I don't like that.
There's Dorio, who's like a super buff chick.
Yeah, Dorio's cool.
And then Kiwi, who's like a hacker. She's like a hacker chick.
Oh yeah, she hacks things. She's a hacker chick.
And then there's Lucy, who also is a hacker.
But better.
In every way.
But shouldn't trust people.
You don't trust the soul in Night City.
Don't trust the soul in Night City. Fuck.
But yeah, I mean, so they meet up, and then David basically tells them like, "Hey, I have this chipped in me, so I'm not giving it back to you."
Right.
But
I'll fucking work.
But I'll work for you because like I need money.
Yeah, and you need a Sandy.
And I can pay you back the money that you paid for the Sandy.
Yeah.
And so he gets introduced to the crew. He joins up with them. You get a cool montage of him kind of like being taken out on jobs and kind of learning the ropes. Him like getting like
basically his new family, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He gets introduced to these people. They take him in. He kind of has a little bit of tension with Lucy because she lied to him, but she didn't. She's like, I didn't lie about not like the brain dance. I have never told anybody that before.
Oh.
You get like a montage of her kind of training him.
Yeah.
Getting him like in shape cardio wise.
Right.
And yeah, just David kind of becoming one with the crew. He meets Pilar's sister, Rebecca.
God damn, dude. Rebecca.
Queen.
She's a fucking psycho, dude.
And yeah, it's just really nice. The crew, he does a job for them. He gets paid.
Yeah.
Maine makes a point to him like, hey, everybody in my crew who does work gets paid. I take care of my crew.
Right. Maine's a good guy.
Yeah, it's just he gets introduced to you and you're like, oh man, this guy's scary.
He's just fucking terrifying at first. Yeah, because he's
Maine's very cool, and then you get introduced to like their handler, that like the fixer that's been giving them jobs, Faraday, voiced by the incredible Giancarlo Esposito.
So good
in the English dub, at least.
Very good performance in this too. He's just perfect. That's the role he's for, man. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I mean that you just get this montage of them doing work.
Yeah.
David's getting better. You get to see them take out like Maelstrom gang members, animals, all that, all the other gang members and shit.
You see them at the afterlife.
Yeah, you see them at the afterlife. They're doing tasks, doing jobs, having fun, going to like post-job parties and shit.
Yeah.
And then, they're walking down this street one day, and they see a cyber psycho. Well, they see a dude just pissing.
Right, yeah, he's just pissing.
And Pilar goes up to him and is like, hey, buddy, this is our street. Stop pissing there, you fucking dickhead. And then, like, before he can finish talking, the dude just puts a gun underneath his chin and just pulls the trigger.
Pow. Yeah, that shit was insane.
And just Pilar dies instantly because, you're shot in the fucking head.
And this is, the boulder just keeps rolling downhill from this point on.
Yeah, everybody freaks out. They kill the psycho.
Yeah.
And then
tensions start kind of arising here after that with the crew. Is this when Maine starts to...
Yeah, so Faraday keeps kind of bugging him about like the job that they're doing where they're trying to get this Arasaka info.
Yeah.
Maine is starting to get like tremors in his hand.
Right.
And he realizes that he's starting to go like cyber psycho.
That has to be such a terrifying
He's like,
feeling, dude.
like they give you these like immunosuppressants or whatever
Yeah.
to like stop your body from like rejecting shit.
Right.
But you can only take so much before they wear off.
Exactly.
And
just lose potency in general.
Yeah.
Or they just keep giving you, they'll keep upping you until you can, but like,
yeah,
at some point you can't be helped.
like
It's very sad, dude. It's very sad.
yeah,
Maine is such a complete character. He's such a confident, sturdy, guy, and you just see him completely derail.
Yeah, they're like looking for leads, and they end up finding this like the guy who makes all the illegal brain dances.
Yeah.
They find him, and he's like, "Oh, I make custom brain dances for this Arasaka guy. I can call him in, and you can capture him, and then get the info you want."
Right.
So they do that. They get the guy in, and Maine is having Kiwi like dig through his brain or whatever.
Yeah.
But then he just freaks out, and he like punches her.
Yeah.
And like loses it a little bit, has to get like brought back to reality by Dorio.
The way their eyes start fucking bugging out, like when the psychosis is like hitting, they make it. I mean, it's just so tense. It's very scary. You're like, what's gonna happen?
Like there's like David and Lucy are like kind of an item at that point.
Yeah,
I don't think they're like quite there yet, but like
they're getting there.
David, like Kiwi refuses to work with Maine after getting punched by him, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
And so they need Lucy to dig through this guy's like brain, but she won't do it.
Right.
She's like weirded out about going into like this Arasaka dude's head.
Mm-hmm.
And she walks out, and David goes after her and tells her like, "Hey, I need you to like, you can do this,
right?
And I need you to do this." So she goes in and does it, finds this info, deletes this info. We don't get to really know what it is yet, I think.
Yeah.
And then while that's happening, like the Arasaka agent, like his head like pops, kind of.
Yeah.
He's still alive, but like his like implant shorts out.
Like he's going. Like
he's like in the process of dying. His trauma team response
Isn't that
activates.
so stressful? Yeah. Oh my god.
And then Maine like fully loses it.
Yep.
Like goes full psycho.
This is when he goes full cyber psycho in this.
Yeah, because the trauma team shows up and Dorio gets killed.
Oh fuck yeah! That's like his last tether almost.
And he loses Dorio, and then it's like that's when he like grins and is like, "Did I do that?
Oh my god, yeah.
Is this my fault?" And just fucking kills everybody. And then
you start getting the flashbacks and stuff.
Yeah, of like him standing out in like the desert as like a unchromed up kid.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's so fucking sad.
And by the time David gets to him, he's like built a funeral pyre for Dorio, and it's just a bunch of fucking explosive tanks.
Yeah.
And then he tells David to keep running.
Yeah. Oh my god.
To never stop running and to go, and he blows himself up. David manages to escape with Maine's arms.
Yeah. Oh
god. And
that's the end of the first
act. That's like the end of the
much.
first act, yeah.
And that in itself feels like this giant conclusive, like
yeah.
It was a big event. It was fucked up, dude.
And then we get like a time skip.
Hey, yeah, is that about 2 years?
I don't know if it's like 2 years or if it's like a 1 year or if it's like
it's hard to tell exactly. But our dude is like he's built up.
Yeah, he's chromed up now, like pretty fully. He's not like full Borg, but
I was like really, really upset as soon as I saw that.
He's got Maine's arms now. He's fucking all pecked out.
For sure.
My man has no neck.
Oh yeah. How did you feel when you saw that though? I mean, just the episode prior, you see Maine go fucking psycho.
Yeah.
And then this is how David.
But
deals
David,
with that.
you know, I'm built. He literally says, "I'm built different."
He's just built different.
Like
he's got that in his head.
He thinks he's special because he was able to chip the Sandy,
and it like just kind of
it puts
that
it
thought
puts him
like
on this
mutates,
pedestal, and so he thinks he can do anything.
It just sucks. I'm like, you just saw your boy go
Yeah.
through this, man.
He's like, I can handle it,
but he just thinks he doesn't. He doesn't think it's a problem for him.
Mm-hmm.
And his Ripper Doc is like, my dude.
You're like, look, man, like it's really crazy that you were able to chip the Sandevistan, but like, holy fuck, you need to slow down.
Yeah. Listen to your Ripper Doc, man. Come on. I'm trying to help you out.
But yeah, we get this time skip. David's in charge of the gang now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rebecca has like joined as a full member at this point.
Yes.
So it's like Rebecca, David, Kiwi, Falco, their driver.
Yeah.
And then Lucy has stopped.
Lucy's out of it. Yeah. She's not.
She's no longer running. She's just in their apartment all the time, like diving into the old net.
Yeah.
And we learn that David is starting to get these tremors in his hands too.
It's great. It's cool. It's fucking awesome.
Because he was warned by his doc, like, hey, those arms that you're trying to chip,
yeah,
they don't fit. Like they won't. It doesn't connect properly.
What the fuck? But since it's Maine's arms,
and David is just like, no, these are sentimental to me. You got to fit them in.
Damn, dude. Yeah. He's just destroying himself, but he thinks he's making himself better.
Yeah.
It hurts to see. It's the scene where he's at their apartment. He's just at the couch,
just
sitting up,
staring
at the TV, but not watching it. And his hand is just going, and he's like trying to control it.
Oh my god!
To make it stop. And Lucy just comes down from bed and is just
like,
trying to check on him. It's so fucking sad.
Yeah.
Because you just know that it's not going to end good at this point.
Nope.
You just know.
You just know that it's bad.
Immediately after the time skip, you're like, cool.
Like this is everything's gonna fall apart and it's gonna be sad.
Really, it does. And I mean, it just unhinges itself again very, very quickly.
David gets approached by Faraday.
Yep.
He shows back up and is like, hey, I want to offer you the job I offered Maine.
No.
David's like, okay.
He should have said
and
no.
then he's like, but Faraday's like, but you need to get the runner who helped you with Tanaka.
Yeah.
And it turns out that, Faraday has flipped. He's working with Arasaka now.
Bitch.
Because he wants, like, protection.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we'll give you protection if you can get us data on the cyber skeleton. Which is this, like, super experimental piece of military hardware.
Yeah.
This is like install, like if like putting the Sandevistan on you was like installing like surface to air missiles on you, this is like installing like a fucking aircraft carrier into your torso.
It's fucking insane. You basically become a machine once you.
Yeah, like this thing has to have like anti-gravity manipulators just so you can fucking walk.
Yeah,
like to reduce the weight of this huge piece of metal on you. And so he decides to use David as the test subject to get this information.
It's so fucked up, man.
And we learned that the information that Lucy deleted was that like David was a potential host for the cyber skeleton.
Yeah.
And so Faraday brings in Kiwi on this plan.
Fuck off.
Don't
like Kiwi.
Kiwi ends up helping to get Lucy captured. Ends up leading the rest of the gang in on this job to go raid an Arasaka truck. Or like I think it's like a Militech truck.
Yeah.
And they raid it, find the cyber skeleton, but then like an army of cars and tanks and rocket launchers appear. And they're like, we're getting our tech back.
Like everybody is on your ass.
And there's no way out. Faraday has like jacked into Lucy and is like pretending to be her to get David to get into the cyberskeleton. Kiwi is like telling David to get into the cyberskeleton and that it's the only way to like survive. And so David begins chipping into the cyberskeleton, and it fucking cuts his legs off, and
it's so fucked up, dude.
My man is literally like just a torso and
in this giant,
and I don't even know if I don't think he has arms either.
I don't know if they're like
I can't remember
still using them to control the big robot
I can't
arms.
remember if he's got like if his human arms are inside that or not, or if he's just literally a torso and head attached to this like machine. But he chips it in, and then immediately after, Lucy the real Lucy calls him and is like, "Hey, don't do it, don't chip it in." And he's like, "I'm already like 70% done."
Right.
So he chips in, he starts flying off. He literally single-handedly destroys like every vehicle that is attacking them.
It's amazing. It's an amazing
And he's
sequence.
using his Sandevistan as well.
Yeah, so he's this giant structure just going womp, 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 just like warping around these things.
He can like create, like he can increase the gravity in certain areas.
Yeah.
To where like he does it on a car and it just crushes the car.
Right.
Crushes tanks. He can use like a magnet to like absorb all the guns that are being fired at him.
Yeah.
And then he shoots all the guns that he collected back at the people that were holding them.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. But like you hate to see it. You don't want him in that thing at all.
It's killing him.
It's really fucked up. This thing is like just periodically shooting him up with.
He's got these like immunosuppressants, these like military grade immunosuppressants,
and it's like they're shoving it into him, and then it's like coming out of his nose. He's like,
like the blood coming out.
Yeah.
And like his Ripper Doc told him like before this mission, like here's your last dose of immunosuppressants. These are all I'm giving you. These are gonna push you over the edge. Once you finish them, you're gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
And, David kills all these guys. The rest of the Kiwi fucks off.
Yep.
The rest of the crew escapes, and they're like, we're gonna go find Lucy. They end up finding her.
Yep.
David finds her.
So
She's
sad,
been brought to Arasaka to be given to them.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out she was like born and like raised inside an Arasaka like facility,
right?
To like be a net runner who like never left the net.
Yeah,
was just constantly in there diving for info.
So fucked up, dude.
But she escaped.
Yeah,
and that's why she like hates Arasaka and wants to get away.
Even
like,
hates Night City. Yeah, she just wants to be away from it all.
And David saves her. They find Atom Smasher.
Fuck off, dude.
The living legend of Night City. This super completely borged out merc. There's no organic left to him.
He's built different.
He is built
unfortunately.
Different. And David kills Faraday.
Obviously.
He gets got.
Get that motherfucker.
He saves Lucy. Starts fighting Smasher for a little bit. And then
it's bad.
Like they flee from Arasaka Tower at this point in time. Like the rest of the crew have gotten into this huge fight with like Max Tack, who are the super cops.
They're the ones that come in for Cyber Psychos.
Yeah. They've tagged David as a Cyber Psycho and like they're pinned down behind their car. David shows up with Lucy and everybody kind of has a nice little reconnecting moment.
Yeah.
And then Rebecca gets like stomped, crushed by Atom Smasher and dies.
She makes it through so much, and we didn't really mention, but her and David have a really nice connection in these last 3 episodes.
She's crushing on him.
Yeah.
But he obviously has feelings for Lucy. They like live together and everything, but she's been crushing on him like since they met, really.
Yeah.
But she just is there, like, and she knows that she's not like the one for him.
Right.
She's the one who decides like we're gonna go save Lucy.
Right. Exactly.
She's the only one who can fix like who could maybe save David right now.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And she cares about David a lot. She sees him fucking because at this point in time, David is now starting to have hallucinations.
Yeah.
He sees, the streets that he walked on when he was just a regular old kid going to Arasaka Academy. He remembers his mom talking to him, telling him, the top of Arasaka Tower, my son at the top of Arasaka. I can see it now.
It's so fucked
and
up.
he like remembers it, and he says out loud, I'm gonna do it, Mom. Arasaka Tower, straight to the top. And like Rebecca, he says it to Rebecca, thinking that she's his mom. And she's just like, all right, David, straight to the top, let's go. Yeah. And then she gets fucking crushed.
She says
We're having a moment.
We're having a moment here. She looks up, starts shooting into the air, and Adam Smasher
literally just
her.
falls onto, like, crushes her.
She's very,
like,
very
Goomba
dead.
Stomps her.
And just in case you weren't sure she's dead, they show it.
They show her, like, mangled
her
corpse.
They're like, no, yeah, she's dead.
So David fucking makes Falco, the driver.
Yeah. Take Lucy
and leave. He's like, I'm gonna fight Smasher. I'm gonna buy you time. And
it's honestly kind of a sad fight.
Smasher just bodies him.
He kicks the shit out of him.
He's like, what are you gonna do?
You don't even know how to fucking use.
What are you gonna
shit.
do when your anti-grav breaks? And he fucking breaks it. And
right.
So he's like, now you can't walk. And then he just rips the shit off of him. And so David is just like a torso and a head at this point on the ground.
A mecha torso.
And Smasher, he's
talking shit on him.
Yeah, dude. He's like, even though this wasn't really that crazy of a fight, I still managed to enjoy myself. He's like, you might make a fun construct. And David's just like, what the fuck ever, Choom? Like, I give a shit.
I love that, actually. It's like a really good last
And then
line.
Smasher's just like, oh, well.
Very cool. Thank you, Cyberpunk.
Thank you. And then Falco escapes with Lucy, and she makes it to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh, my fucking God.
She gets to, like, finally experience being on the moon, her dream that she had at the beginning of the show. But David's not there. And then she sees David, like, there, like, not in a spacesuit.
Yeah.
And she just kind of lets, like, the warmth of the sun hit her as the show ends.
I don't know, man. It's fucked up.
It's
just
hurts,
not okay,
man.
bro.
That shit is like literal emotional damage.
She's the only one. Her and Falco are the only ones that make it out at the end of that show. It is, dude. It fucking sucks.
Shit hurts.
What's the line? Say the line, Andrew.
Which line? Oh,
the Night City line.
Yeah, do the roar. There's a line in 2077 where a character looks at you and it's like, "Oh, you wanted a happy ending in Night City? Wrong city, wrong people."
It's fucked up, dude. This kid loses his mom, gains a family, and they immediately just start
loses
ripping them
the
away
family,
from him.
and then goes insane and dies.
It's like, cool, man, sweet. And he wasn't even trying to be a huge like criminal, like ruling the streets. He was just trying to make money.
He was just a runner.
Dude.
He was just a merc. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, dude. That shit fucking sucks. But like, it's such a good show. Like, I can't recommend it enough. But it
definitely hurts.
You're gonna be fucking
by the end.
sad.
You feel hollow.
Very hollow. I mean, it's like I'm so happy that Lucy made it and that she still got to live that out. But fucking, come on, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Adam Smasher so much. Like, I wanted to see David put in some work, but like realistically,
it's so nice.
That's the realism of it. It's like you don't really know how to use this kid, and you're still kind of a fucking kid. So.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so nice to be able to kill Smasher in 2077.
Oh my god, he fucking deserves it, dude.
Oh yeah,
motherfucker! It has to feel so good, like especially
does.
After seeing that, dude.
Oh yes,
I'm glad you get the opportunity. But so this is really cool. They came out with like an update after the show.
Yeah, so
Kinda
like
ran its
Edgerunners
course.
came out, and then they hit Cyberpunk with like the 1.6 update, and they added in stuff from like the Edgerunners anime.
Yeah,
You could get David's jacket.
I need it, dude. I need to find it. Did you find it?
Yeah.
You have it.
So
it's
you
fucking dope.
you have to you find like a brain dance, and
Yeah.
it plays like the first scene from the anime.
Like animated, like
in not animated like in 2077. Like
it's
it
the
shows
Edge
you,
Runner scene.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
and it basically shows you like that cyber psycho brain dance.
Yeah,
And you find it, and then you end up like messaging like a fixer, asking him like, "Hey, what do you know about this?" And then he tells you about David Martinez.
that's so cool, man.
He's like, "Oh yeah, he was a legend." And then he basically is like, "Oh, there's still he's like his crew is still out there and hiding somewhere. I'll try to put my feelers out." And then you get a message from Falco like a few days later.
From Falco?
Yeah.
What?
And he kind of talks about David, and then he tells you that he's leaving something for you at a location, and you go there, and it's David's jacket.
That's fucking cool as shit, man. That's like so cool.
And then you can find Rebecca's shotgun too.
Right.
That thing is insane.
Are you gonna do a run where you
I'm gonna
kill
kill
Adam
Smasher with Rebecca's shotgun
with that
for sure.
shoddy?
For sure.
Absolutely, dude.
That shotgun cancels fall damage, dude.
Oh, really? Okay.
You can fucking
That's
shoot the
badass.
ground, and
Does she do that in the show?
No.
I was wondering if they would bring that over. That's sick, though.
But yeah, I could jump off like a big tall building, and then as long as I shoot the shotgun right before I hit the ground, the kickback
I love
cancels the damage.
That's awesome. So cool that they kind of
super
added that shit in.
awesome that they just added in these neat little callbacks to the anime.
It makes, it just makes the world feel that much more real
Mm-hmm.
and more in depth. You know,
Even more of a reason to go to the game after watching the anime.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a really investing. You invest a lot into that game. Like,
Oh yeah,
you can choose to get a shit ton of lore.
Or you just power
There's a
through it.
lot of like dialogue options where you can just keep learning about the world and the people, or
a
you
lot
can
of
just
text you can read.
Yeah, you can just hit that top fucking button and just
I just want to advance the story.
yeah. So like play at your own pace. If you're somebody who likes to absorb all that shit,
Then go.
I've
for
got
it.
3 kids. I don't have that much time to play a game at the end of the day. I got like 1 hour sessions at the end of the day to play a game. So I play in spurts. But I do like all the conversation options, and it does feel very alive to me.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people complained about the game a little bit,
Yeah,
saying it
they're
felt
like, oh,
empty.
yeah, there's no like car chases that you can get into or whatever. Yeah, or like, there's no like cops won't like
Drive-bys or anything. like that.
drive. Like there's a few like sections where you lean out of a car and fire, but you're never like in
Yeah.
the driver's seat.
Right. Yeah.
But I never really like complained about that.
No, it's just not something I really think about. I just kind of appreciate what the game.
Because I mean,
kinda
if you
gave to
walk
me.
around enough, there's jobs to do all over the place.
Right. For so long I just put on the police scanner and just go.
You'll walk
fuck
around and then
people
you'll
up.
get like a text message that's like, "Hey, mission in this area."
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, okay, well, that's like 20 meters away. I'll just walk over here and do this real quick.
For sure. Yeah. I just zip on my fucking bike, dude.
Like,
Just
sure,
go.
they're all basically just like, "Hey, kill these guys in this place," and then
That's what I fucking play the game to do.
exactly.
Bro.
I'm like, I just
I'm
wanna
like, yeah,
I just want to kill. A
I'll
lot
go
of
get that
people.
XP. Yeah, let's
Video
go.
games really do appeal to the male fantasy.
I'm just gonna go fucking kill people. Oh my god.
It's coming up in a couple days.
Oh.
Wait, what is it?
Avatar 2 in theaters.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Way of
You should
water.
go see it and then do a pod directly
Like a live
Day
reaction
after pod.
pod.
Drop it the same day.
My
Let's
goal is to
go.
get James Cameron to like
On the pod.
come on the pod and then like make him really mad.
Make him really. Hey, your movie fucking sucks. Both of them suck.
He's definitely not getting
Just
I
kid-
think
hey,
I saw.
James,
Well, I
it's
think I
fine.
saw an interview that he gave where he said like, I don't think anybody remembers the names of any characters from Avatar. I was like,
Straight up. Straight up. Is that the main character?
the main character's name. I knew his name was Jake.
Did that movie stick with you? Like
I don't know.
for a couple
He
years.
said, I don't know.
Avatar, so
They're
it was
called
just
like the
a
Navi
big
or something.
shit.
They're called like the
Yeah.
Navi or something.
I don't remember shit about it. I mean, I'll probably rewatch.
I just
the
remember
first
there's a big tree and they fly
one.
on
It's a very
things.
big tree.
They like
have-
fly on creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jake Sully.
Yeah, and then like the man,
God.
the
How did
man
you
like
remember that?
downloads himself into like an artificial body.
Into an avatar. And that is the Storyworks podcast.
Oh man,
So, how do you like V in comparison to David? I mean, you get more time with V.
you get more time with V. Plus, I mean, due to the nature of it being a video game, like if you were to like power scale them or whatever, or
Yeah.
like who would win in a fight, it's no contest, man. V would crush David
Yeah.
like a fucking bug.
Yeah. I mean, you can just
V-
get chromed up, you know.
V can put as much chrome on as they want, man,
Yeah.
and have no negatives like side effects.
So is that a thing? Because I haven't had like I haven't been chroming the fuck up.
Yeah, no,
super
you
hard.
can absolutely like Borg yourself out
That's nuts.
and nothing will happen. I think it's people. I think that was like a critique that people had when the game first came out or whatever.
Yeah.
Where they were like, "Oh, well, there's no consequence to putting a bunch of chrome on." But like,
Is V supposed to be built different?
He
He can handle the chip.
That's the thing is, well, I think the chip is what it allows him to install all this shit without dying because
Oh, okay.
like when you're a cyber psycho, it's because your brain like fries from having too much
Yeah.
chrome, but like his brain died already
Right.
and was brought
He
back
got
by a
capped, man,
chip and is like being kept alive by this
by
chip.
this chip. Right.
So I
okay.
think that chip compensates and allows him to
that's so crazy, dude.
chrome up as much as he wants.
Shit's wild, man.
Or at least that's like my headcanon explanation for it.
I get it. Yeah. No, that makes sense. To
But
me.
yeah, I love V, man. I love
V's
like
great.
I really liked 2077.
the customization's great. So
Mhm.
like, I mean, you're it's still V. It's like you're not making it you or whatever, but
But you can
you
know,
make your own V.
Yeah,
and, like,
you
give
have
him
a
his
lot
own
of different
vibe or her own
hairstyles,
vibe.
clothing options, fucking
Yeah.
you can give yourself nails, you can give yourself short, long nails, color
Yeah.
them however you want. You can change the color of your eyes.
Pretty in depth, dude. You can change your fucking.
You got dick length.
You got dick length. You got
boob size. You got pube color.
pube cut.
Yeah,
You want a landing strip? You got it.
you
bud.
got it. You want a heart? You
I
have a
have a
heart.
Of course, I have. A heart,
Yeah.
bro.
But yeah, just really, really cool. Really cool game. I love 2077.
It's very like. I don't know, like if going from watching Edge Runners and then like being in the city, it like I don't know, it's a really cool experience because I saw the city first in the show and then I'm like, now I'm in the shits,
And you're like, oh man, I'm
and
here.
I'm like, because like I saw the afterlife in the show first, and then I go in
Yeah,
the
and then
afterlife in the
you
game.
got to see it, and you're like, oh wow, this looks like the exact same.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and the characters in the game are really good. There's just so many characters.
Mhm.
Fucking your boy Jackie in like Act 1 of the game.
Dude, Jackie,
Absolute king. And it just gave me a Grand Theft Auto vibe, but in a fucking dope ass future. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
like a cyberpunk way.
Exactly, yeah. And I think that's cooler to me. Like I like Grand Theft Auto and stuff, but it's like
I
is
like
taking it a step up,
the
dude.
near future, like instead of being like a fucking satire of like American society,
it's like
just being like a dystopian take on like a near future, where instead of like laughing at
Yeah.
how absurd like the world of Grand Theft Auto is,
right, yeah.
being like, oh man, this world of Night City is absolutely fucked.
The parallel to like Cyberpunk and Night City is the movie Idiocracy.
Yeah,
Because that's like corpo rising, but like everybody's so fucking stupid that it's just dumb.
what did you
so
say?
that's like the
what did you say?
comedy, right?
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Welcome to Costco. I love you. I fucking love it, dude.
Oh,
That movie is
man.
like a hidden
What a
gem.
deep cut.
Very deep cut. Very deep cut. That's funny as fuck. But yeah, Cyberpunk stuff. It's serious.
It's like
this could be
the
like
antithesis of Idiocracy.
Yeah, right. We don't have Mountain Dew fucking Junior as a president.
No. And so we've got Mountain Dew, the corporation.
Mountain Dew, the corp. Yeah, for real. Yeah. So I haven't beat Cyberpunk yet. You have.
I have.
I'm within Act 2 right now. I've got Johnny Silverhand with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool forming a relationship with a hologram that's inside of your fucking head,
man.
and you relive
his memories,
his events. So you're reliving things that happened and was
50
written
years
into,
ago.
like Red, the
Yeah,
RPG
you get
Red.
to see, Johnny's girlfriend get kidnapped and captured by Arasaka. You get to see him build up the crew that he takes to go storm Arasaka to get his girlfriend back. You get to see him fucking kill his girlfriend accidentally.
Dude, it's so fucked up.
It's crazy.
Getting to see him play on stage with his band and shit.
Yeah, he just shoots a guy
right in the fucking face.
and
The
people are
guitarist's
like,
hey man,
"Woo!"
that wasn't cool. It's like,
And you're like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
yeah, you're very much like, okay, Johnny Silverhand's a terrible person,
Yeah, Johnny.
but he's a badass. Like, you know what I mean? He's like he's a terrorist, you know.
Oh yeah.
He's a terrorist. But such a crazy character, you know what I mean? He's
like you first meet him and he seems like he's just this.
You think he's trying to kill you when you first meet him.
I mean, yeah, he tells you to shoot yourself he's like, the only way you're getting rid of me is with lead in the head.
But yeah, and when you think of it, he's just as confused as V too. He's just like,
I mean, he woke up in some random body.
yeah, and he's like, what the fuck? He's just pacing the room and like,
Mm-hmm.
I love that he's always bothering you for a cigarette. He's like,
will you just
smoke
fucking smoke once?
a fucking cigarette, dude.
My V did not smoke at first, but then like about halfway through the game, he relented and he finally started smoking.
Oh, really?
And then by the end of it, he was like a chain smoker.
Oh God, yep. He let old Silverhand get into him
Yep.
too much. It's interesting too because there's the pills that like immune blockers. That's something that David,
Omega blockers or whatever.
Yeah, that's something that V has to end up using
to like
to chill off the effects of what's happening.
keep,
pretty much.
Yeah, Johnny out of his head.
Yeah, you can either progress what's happening or you can
either
slow
like
it
talk
down.
to Johnny.
Yeah.
And like listen, like hear what he has to say, or you can just tell him to fuck off and take the pills.
Yeah, I do like listening to him though to a certain degree. Sometimes he's just being a cockhead.
Dude, the one time like you like appease him and listen to him, and he gives you his whole like anti-corpo spiel, like his radicalization speech.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's out of line, but he has a point.
He's out of line, but yeah,
he's out of line, but he's right.
Right. Yeah. So the game is just, I think it's full of life. You're getting that music that you've found in the show. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, it came from the game first, so like it's really cool
I
diving into that.
specifically listen. There's like a radio station called like the Dirge.
Yes,
it's
like the rap station,
the trap rap station,
baby.
and I'm like all about it, dude.
Fucking gang, dude. Night City, let's fucking go. We're bumping.
Or if I'm feeling like sad and I want to drive around at night, I'll try and like catch I Really Want to Stay at Your House on the radio.
See, I don't want to catch that.
And it'll
it's too fresh
just
in my
be
head.
me on my motorcycle cruising through Night City.
That's like David and Lucy's like theme song basically. And it's fucked up.
As I wear David's jacket.
Yeah, dude. Oh God. Just in the feels. We were browsing. No, it was when we're going to watch the movie we're talking about next week. We were browsing Netflix and I just saw the Cyberpunk poster
like,
with Lucy's face.
Go past it. I don't want to see it.
I don't want to look at it, bro. Just let's quickly move on here. Yeah, I mean, I can't recommend the game enough either, man. I really like it. Like the story is really good. The gameplay is really fucking fun.
Yeah.
It keeps you busy. There's a huge ass city to explore.
There's a whole so many different play styles you can do. You can run around with a bat.
I'm a fucking
Run around with a knife or
I'm
a
a
katana.
knife boy right now. Yeah, like I like shotguns and I like melee and
You
like
got
knives and
shotguns,
shit.
you got assault rifles, sniper rifles, pistols. You got fucking
Go the
like
hack
tech
route.
weapons where you can like charge them up and blast, and they like can
Yeah.
travel through walls. You can hack people. You can slow down time. You can enter like a berserk state.
Yeah, dude.
There's just so much you can do, man.
By the end of the game, when you're chromed up, you're just fucking plowing.
Like
shit.
I like in combat, I like don't fight anymore because I just fucking whenever I enter combat, I activate my Sandevistan, pull out my mono wire, and just cut off arms and heads.
Dude, yeah.
And then
for
they're
real.
all dead by the time my Sandevistan like ends.
You're a fucking powerhouse, dude. Oh my god. At the end of your first playthrough, like you're
like no, at the end, like where I'm at currently in my second playthrough.
Jesus.
Like combat is like not a thing to
it
me.
doesn't
really.
exist. Holy shit, man. That's the next thing I need to do is like really get some chrome on me in the game.
Yeah.
Start leveling up my combat there.
You gotta.
But yeah, man, fucking play Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Watch Cyberpunk.
Check it out. Check out Cyberpunk Edge Runners on Netflix.
10 episodes, man. 23 minutes. It doesn't get any better than that. It's a short run and it hits like a fucking truck.
It's wild, man.
Or you could say it hits like a train.
A bullet train?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Sneak preview. Next week, we're talking about trains. It's the train episode.
I love Thomas the Tank Engine.
Thomas the Tank Engine, baby.
I'm more of a Gordon myself.
You don't think you're Diesel?
Oh, I'm no Diesel.
Yeah, we watched Bullet Train. Super fucking fun movie. We're going to talk about Bullet Train next week. We're also going to talk about Snowpiercer in comparison.
Yeah.
Two very different movies, but they're on a train, baby.
Yes.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Sayonara. Cut it.